English step by step, past simple, step 4. So make sure you finish the exercises in step 3, because now we're going to look at the answers to those exercises. So, number 1 is an affirmative or a positive sentence, and it's about dinner. So we have to say have. I have dinner, and of course it's the past tense, so we have to say I had dinner at around 6 p.m. Now the next one is negative, and it's about a question, so the only logical verb is understand, and the negative is didn't understand. So that's the negative, didn't understand. Now the next one is a question, so if it's past tense, it's always did. And then it's about the dishes, so the verb for dishes is do, and it's the infinitive, so we don't change it. Did he do the dishes? Now the next one is affirmative, and this is irregular past tense, and the verb is catch, so the irregular past tense is caught. She caught a bus at 9 o'clock. Now the next one is about a computer, and it's a positive sentence, it's an affirmative sentence, and if you talk about a computer, the only verb that fits here is freeze. And I see I already wrote the past tense form there, so that should be froze, which you already had in the past tense form. So, and the next one, this is a question, so it's did again, and then we need to use something about the ticket, which cost. How much did the ticket cost? Now, the next one is about wine, and it has to be the past tense of drink, which is irregular, and it's drank. And I've already given you the past tense form there. So the next one is write, and the past tense form, we have to change it this time. The past tense form is irregular again, and it should be negative, so we don't need to change the infinitive. So it's didn't, and then the infinitive is write. They didn't write the essay. Now the next one is a question, so it's did the scientists, and then we have actually, I say there's only one verb you can use here, because if you talk about research, you have to use the verb do. In other words, did the scientists, and in this case it should be do the research, which means that number 3 is wrong, so we have to change that, and the only verb left is wash. Did he wash the dishes? So there you have all the answers to exercise 1. Now let's move on to exercise 2. Now, I can see that I made some mistakes when I wrote in the verbs here, so I'm going to change that to the infinitive, because these should be in the infinitive. So there we have make is the infinitive. So let's look at the sentences. Now, number 1 is affirmative, and here we need to use the verb say, and the past tense is irregular, so that becomes said. Now the next one is negative, and we're talking about jokes, and here we have to use the verb laugh, and then so it's the negative didn't, and then the infinitive is laugh. So the next one is a question, and the questions always use did for the past simple. Did he? And then for homework we need to use the verb do. Did he do the homework? The next one is about clothes, so the only verb that's logical here is wear, and it's an affirmative sentence, so the past tense of wear is irregular, it's wore. She wore fashionable clothes. Now the next one is talking about toast, and the only verb I can see that's relevant for toast is burn, and the past tense of burn is irregular, burnt, or it can be a regular form like burned. So both of those are correct, and both of those are very common. I tend to use the second one, but burnt is also correct. Now the next one is a question, so we need to use the question helping verb did. And then if we're talking about a journey, we talk about the length of the journey and we use the verb take. How long did the journey take? Now the next one is a mistake, and if you talk about a mistake in an affirmative sentence, you have to say, use the verb make, and the past tense of make is made. We made a mistake. Now the next one is a negative sentence. So what is the sentence for that one? Well, we need to use the verb pay, and it's negative. So the negative is didn't, and then we use the infinitive, and the infinitive is pay. We didn't pay the money. Actually, I realize we need to use pay for the next sentence. So in this case, we can use another verb, which is steal. We didn't steal the money. So as I said, the last one is a question, which is using the did helping verb, and then pay in the infinitive finishes the sentence. Did the children pay attention? So that's the end of step 4 on past simple, and you can check out my other series on other English tenses, other English grammar points. So I hope to see you in the next series, in the next video. And remember, if you'd like to see more videos like this, if they're useful for you, please click like. If you want to see other videos that I've already made, maybe they will be useful for you, so please click on subscribe. And if you have any requests for any subjects you'd like me to cover in a video series or in a future video, you can put in a comment in the comments list.